So before we get into today's pod, we have a special guest who unfortunately we can't smoke in the setting that we're going to be filming in. So we're getting high with some dabs prior, and there's also a little bit of edibles in play. So we're gonna smoke a joint with bro before we start. But yeah, well, there'll be a little montage prior to doing that. So we're gonna get high, and then we're gonna get high, then we're gonna get high again, and then we're gonna do a pod. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm a pothead. If you saying with smoke, fuck it.
Yeah, edibles, like I don't know, man. Edibles for me are like too strong, man. I don't know what it is, like, yeah. Cause like I already have an active mind, so like if I hit something too hard, the edibles just was like crazy for me, like psychoactive, like nuts, man. It was like
I feel it more like that's when I can feel it genuinely more in my body. Like it's more of a body high than like a mental high.
Yeah, it's true. I feel that.
Wow. It makes me lazy.
That looks like it looks like it tastes good, man. It's like it says honey on it. It's like
yeah. It's a wild situation we got. Welcome back to the Second Spliff, Windsor's only smoking podcast. Today we have someone special that I met him randomly at Long and McQuaid, and he owns South Point Sound.
Yeah, South Point Studio.
Okay.
The business is called J Sound Prod, so there's kind of there's a lot going on. But
typically at the start of each pod, we give someone a minute, 2 minutes to explain who they are.
Sure.
What they do.
Yeah, so my name's Second McIntyre. I run South Point Studio here in Windsor. I went to school for sound engineering a couple years ago because that's kind of the career path that I knew I wanted to go down.
Okay, knew right away.
Yeah, well, because like I started music when I was really young. I used to play music. That's kind of what got me into all this, right? Playing instruments and all that. And then as I got older, I got into the computer side of it and the tech side and recording yourself and that kind of vibe, right? Okay. And like I had an iPhone, and like with iPhone, it comes with GarageBand. So like I was like in 14 or whatever, and I'm like I had this on my phone at all times, so it gave me a lot of time to like mess with it and find out like, oh, this is sweet, you can make a song on here, and like I didn't even know what sound engineering really was at first, but I got into like I found that there was a career for that, and like there was a school and everything, so I was like, oh shit. So went to school, and luckily for me, there was my buddy Matt was actually renting this spot at first, so we both graduated from OEART, and then I saw on his like Facebook that he was renting a spot. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, how do you have a spot? Like, I thought it was really cool. So, like, I messaged him, and we decided to collab and kind of been here ever since. Matt ended up kind of going on tour with a band, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I just do this whenever I can. And I work 40 hours a week at Long and McQuaid, so I feel like that's a good, good steady income, and kind of you're building your network and helping yourself kind of grow the business.
Fuck so. Yeah. I was surprised when I walked in here and I seen all the equipment. Because when I talked to you at the store, I know you said you did like sound engineering and all that, but I was like, I'm blown away. I seen the kit out there in that room. I'll probably take some B-roll of that to add in at the start or some shit.
Yeah.
But I seen the kit, the guitar, and then I came in here and I was like, holy fuck, man! Like you got a
nice setup. Man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty much one of the main reasons I got the job I got now too. Is I knew I was gonna make a lot of connections and stay involved with audio right out of school. Even though it's like we sell instruments, right? But so you get obviously you can get stuff discounted as an employee there. So I went a little over the top, I think, this year with buying gear, but I think of it as like an investment.
Yeah, smart.
For sure.
And I like gear too. Some people say you don't need gear, which is true. Like nowadays, there's guys who literally can mix better than me and make better music than me with a 2-channel interface. So I know how to use this stuff and how I want to apply it to a song, and so I think it's worth it. But
fucking right, it looks foreign as fuck right now. Looking at all these knobs and shit, bro, I have no idea.
Yeah, I turned on all the lights, so it looks really cool. So we can stare at the lights now.
Christmas vibes.
Yeah, these all kind of just work with like in conjunction with your microphone, so it adds more kind of like paint, I guess, for the artist. Like if you think about it on the canvas, right? Some of this stuff is from Ocean Records, actually. I don't know if you guys know the band City and Color or Dallas Green or Switchfoot.
I've heard of City and Color. I haven't heard of much about it though.
Yeah, so basically they're a pretty big band, and the lead singer's Dallas Green, but supposedly he had recorded some of the songs off one of their earlier albums at a studio here in Windsor.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And the guy that was running it was very generous and said he was getting rid of some stuff, and so some of this stuff was used actually by some pretty famous people and on some pretty famous songs too, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's more than I know what to do with sometimes, but it is fun. I love it, man. I love gear, so obviously, it it's crazy how fast I collected a lot of this stuff, man. It just happened over the past couple years. I had some of this stuff before, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, you have a good collection.
Thanks, man.
That's mind blowing, dude. Like, obviously the knowledge builds up over time, but like me
Yeah.
looking at this, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Do you have any questions about any of that, or?
Yeah, how the fuck does it work?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
basically like a microphone captures sound. It's kind of complicated, you know, just captures sound. It travels down the cable, but it's such a quiet volume, like signal coming out of the thing, right? So
Right.
quiet that your computer can't hear it. So what these do, they're preamplifiers. They actually up the signal volume so that this little box can hear it, so to speak, so it's loud enough.
Right.
And this is connected to my computer with a USB. So this is the hub, this top guy. So everything I want to plug in routes through this, and that's the kind of the barrier between my computer and all this gear, right? But a lot of these are just different. They just make my mic sound different.
So each one of these tiers kind of plugs into that, and then all
Yeah.
these inputs you can adjust and
Exactly,
tweak
yeah.
with.
And this is called a patch bay. So all this gear, this is kind of where you plug. I got these little cables here. Actually, I can show you really quick. I'll grab one.
Beauty.
Perfect.
I'll just plug it in and show you quick.
Deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deal, for sure.
Get a little live demonstration.
Fuck yeah.
Just to show you, right?
Now the more you know.
Well, he's doing that quick. I'll explain. So, typically on the podcast, we're smoking. Today, we're in his studio, so we can't actually smoke inside. So, I got, as you already seen, we smoked a fucking fatty outside, and we're all going pretty good. I got this edible here, or edible drink, THC drink, and yeah, so we'll get back to it.
Sweet. Yeah. So basically, just to show you quick, this goes basically into this. So these are on the top row. It's like all the outputs. So all these things have an out and an in. So the mic goes in, and then I can go out of those into this thing just by patching it in. So it's not already all pre-wired up. I have to actually create a signal path. So I can like be like, if I'm using this guy on the left, go here, and then I can go into this guy to like different channels.
That's
So it's like think of it as like a highway where you can just move stuff around really quick. Because otherwise, I'd have to go behind this thing and like move a bunch of stuff around when I want to move shit around. Right?
That's so fascinating.
That makes so much sense now.
I
feel like
I
it
thought
could
you'd
just
like
be-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's called patching, right? So that's one of the more that was one of the cooler things I learned in school. I'm like, oh, patching is sick because you're wrestling around with cables. Imagine going behind here and like messing around with wrestling with stuff. And like,
Oh, yeah.
Now I can just move stuff around. And it's like, yeah. So obviously I'm a really big fan of the gear thing. So
Yo, that's sick.
yeah.
You got the cable management on lock.
Honestly, not really right now. It's all right. Behind there, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and you can run stuff like in series too. So like I can plug this thing into another thing and then out of that back into my computer. So you can run stuff through layers of things too.
Damn.
Yeah, some of these are like effects. Like there's this thing from the 90s. It's external effects. So I can run stuff. If I record like guitar or something, I can like run it back out of my computer through that. And then affect the guitar and run it back in with the reverb.
So how many different like program softwares do you have to run in order to run some shit like this?
You can just do it all with one. This is all happening outside of the computer.
Okay.
So I'm engineering like a sound. I'm crafting the sound, and then I can send it back into the computer, right? But I use one program, and there's producers who use a couple different programs. But you don't need to use them simultaneously. You're choosing the main one you're using, and you can just do it all in one program.
Nice.
Yeah, they call
That's
it a
sick.
DAW. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It's a lot too, like moving it. Like if I ever want to move something, it's a big job. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna spend 3 hours today doing this, and I end up being here for like 9 hours.
They're
Just
heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy, and you gotta like think of how the layout is with the cables too, and like
True.
where I want. Like the things I use the most are up here on the top, and then yeah. But it's part of the job.
So then what are all those switchboards up top?
So this is just like a mixer, like a Mackie mixer. This is if I have, like, I only have 8 inputs into my computer. So currently, well, technically I have 10, but currently I can only record 10 things simultaneously and have them on separate tracks. It's like if I'm editing a drum kit, each instrument, each drum, I can edit those drums separately because they record to separate tracks.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I want to record more than that, I can plug up to like 36 different things into this, and it's all just going to go down to like one stereo track. But I think the thing with this is you have to dedicate. Like I have to mix. If I have 10 mics on this, I have to get the mix right first because it's going to record that way on the computer, and I can't change it after.
Okay.
So it just gives me more flexibility with like recording more things if I want. And there's EQ on it, and I can run stuff through anything here if I just want to get a certain sound out of it. So that's kind of the main reason I have this right now. and it's my master control, so my main volume and all that is running
Okay.
through there.
Sick.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. There's a lot going on. There's the same thing over here. So I have 2 boards, but I don't really use this one currently. It's only there if I need it, right?
Right.
So
No,
Ready
that's
for
super
action.
dope.
yeah, and I like the look of it too. Obviously, it's nice having a nice big console in front of you when you're mixing. But yeah, man.
So you said you went to school for production.
Yeah.
Do you have any like crazy stories from school? Like, I don't know. Like most people, they say when they go to school, they've got like weird classes, but like I feel like production class, like that's something that might like.
That's a good question, man. Honestly, I don't know. My school is so professional. Like there was I think 64 students my year, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really like, and everyone who I talked to so many people, and I'm like, go to this school, man. Like even you guys, I was
So
gonna say.
sorry, in case
Yeah.
somebody missed it, like what school is it and what program were you in?
So it's OIART. So it's OIART, and it stands for the Ontario Institute of Audio Recording Technology. So,
Okay.
So thank God they have a shorter name for it. But anyway,
Yeah,
you know.
I wouldn't be able to.
It's literally the best choice I ever made. Like everyone who goes there asks, it's like the same answer you
Okay,
get. Just because
nice.
like you're learning everything you want, and like everyone who goes there, they're in the similar boat. They're like, I know I love music, I know I love audio, but I don't know enough. Like I want that next step. I want to get a serious job. I want to get a degree in this like thing, right? So when you go there, it's a shock. Like it's a shock to your world. You're like, whoa, I just learned all this, and this program's 11 months.
Oh wow.
So yeah, bro. I literally got a diploma in 11 months.
That's insane.
Nice.
Fanshawe has the same program, has a sound engineering program also, but it's 4 years.
Wow.
So, and it's a little different. Like OEART, they only do that. The whole school is just that. So
Okay.
I think they do things like a lot differently than that program. I don't know much about the Fanshawe one, but
Fair enough.
the school was just, as far as like crazy stories though, like, I don't know. Everyone was so professional, but like, I know crazy stuff went down, man. Like there was stuff like, they have these 3 big studios in the school basically that are like fully decked out, and you're actually able to use them in your labs. So you learn all this stuff in class, and then you go back to school and you like,
Nice. That's actually so cool.
yeah. So in terms of crazy stories, it'd be like just showing up and using literally like $1 million board with like 2 other guys who were just learning all this stuff.
That's sick.
And you're like, you have an intern who would come and check on you, but you're able to just do your own thing and play in your own stuff.
That's cool.
And just throw ideas. Like you have this whole school has any mic you can think, and you're just like, oh, I want to do this today. I'm using $60,000 worth of gear to do a lab in class.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
Unlimited budget, essentially.
yeah, essentially. I mean, the tuition, it was pretty costly, but I think it paid off, man. Honestly, like
That's good.
OSAP helped me out a little, but
Fuck yeah.
but getting a diploma, like now, like if you're in music, now you've got that proper education. Like I can do this, but I can also do like live sound, like mix shows, or sound for film, like the
Okay.
with film that I just helped out with. Like
Nice.
you have to you can diversify it, which is the best.
That's dope.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
what WIF film did you help out? That's Windsor
So-
International Film Festival?
Yeah, so Windsor International Film Festival. They did like they have a 24-hour competition thing where you can like make a film, but it has to be done the whole thing start to finish, editing, filming, has to be done in 24 hours.
Okay.
Ooh.
And these
That's actually sick.
And yeah, it was crazy, man. I didn't even know about it before. And this guy named Will Rogers was the guy who asked me to do it. I've known him since grade school, and he does like sound design and sound for film and all that sort of stuff in Toronto. But then he messaged me saying he was going to come down and do that. So we went out and did like really, really cool. Like it was like a really cool abstract film, and it was only supposed to be like 5 minutes. But I don't know how it turned out yet. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's when do they pick? Because it's a contest.
Yeah, it's a contest. I think the premiere's November 10th or
Okay.
something. Yeah. But it was really like seeing how serious it is on set. Like that is so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had like a hair and makeup person there. They had like a camera guy, another guy assisting, like moving the camera, the director, the actors,
That's sick.
That's
person
so
that was
cool.
basically serving as an assistant director too. And like it's so cool, man.
So it was like a big production, but like in a small place like Windsor.
Yeah, and they had
That's
3
dope.
different locations. Like we went to this, I forget where it was, like Heritage Village out in Essex.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there's like this 1800s like home, and I'm like in there, and they had the lighting perfect, and I'm like, what?
That's insane.
Like I'm in there, and I'm like, because I love film, right? So I saw that, and I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever, man. Like, and I had Noel Brisson help me. He also graduated OER a year after I did, I think, or 2 years. I couldn't do the filming for the first half of the day because I was at work, right?
Okay.
Couldn't get the time off, so he came out and did it for the first half of the day, and he killed it, man. Like, yeah, we made a plan the
Damn,
night before.
nice.
I went over to his house, and I was like, "Okay, here's my gear. let's go over like the flow so that tomorrow you feel comfortable. And he killed it. He was there for like 8 or 9 hours, I think.
Holy.
And then get this, man. So I showed up at like 7 or 8, and I thought they said filming was only going to go till 1 or 2. We were there. I got home at like 5 a.m. and they didn't stop filming in Windsor till 6 a.m., dude.
That's
Damn.
fucked.
They took 24 hours. It's literal 24 hours.
They literally started. Yeah, it was. And I think it's 48-hour film
That's
festival. 'cause-
dedication right there.
I don't know. Anyway, because like now I'm thinking like, no, it's. But yeah, it's crazy. It was, yeah, he's like, I'm like, what time did you finish? And he's like, oh, 6 a.m. I'm like, whoa, dude. Like, but
That's mind blowing.
it's dedication on it.
That's mind blowing.
Yeah, that's one of the most fascinating parts about it, though, is how serious everyone and dedicated everyone was. It was like, holy shit.
That's what's cool when you get like a group of people that actually care about like the collective product that you're trying to produce, and like everyone really puts their effort in. It's so cool because like what you get out of it is so much better.
Yeah, man, I 100% agree, man. And it was like, the cool thing too about that was doing the sound for it was like you're in your own kind of world too, so you're still collaborating with people, but they let you do your thing, they trust you, and you just, no one's really telling you how to do your job. That's the crazy part.
Stay out of the
You're your
shop.
own boss, and like you do your best to hand over the files correctly and do your best like job basically. So
That's sick.
yeah, it was cool. If I could do that full time, I might even just do that full time. It's
Yeah.
I'm open. Yeah.
Nice.
Chill, fucking. No, that's sick, bro.
Yeah, this is where my
Good
passion is, though, is doing this, right?
Fuck yeah, that's super sick, man.
And like that's awesome that like you are doing this, that it is your passion, and
Yeah.
that you are doing this, right? That you like made the choice to go to the school of
Yeah.
like your passion, and like you're still sticking to it, working hard, like
Yeah, man,
making
for
your
sure.
genuine dreams come true.
Yeah, it's like draining too, man, because like the 40 hours a week, and then it's like I want to just put everything into this, and I've been doing it for like over a year, and it's like working on days off and all that stuff, and it really drains you. Like if you're not smart and giving yourself a break, it's like it affects everything else, right? And I don't want that to come back and affect how my performance here is, right? Right? But it's like I feel really lucky.
That's
not gonna lie though,
sick.
because
That's
like I
good.
look at this and I'm like, this is nuts. Like it's surreal to me, man. Like I don't even.
But it's good that you see it that way.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you took it for granted, then it would be completely different.
I try not
right?
to take it for granted, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no, this is dope. You got gnarly
Like
setup
honestly
here.
though, getting that job at Long McQuaid though, that was a golden ticket for me. You
Yeah.
know, because again, even just meeting that guy from like Ocean Records who came in, meeting some artists, like I network there. Like hey, you know, oh, like you make music, that's cool. Do you like record? Oh yes, I do. Oh sweet. You can offer people like a studio tour and show
Right.
them what you do. But
That's
it's
sick.
yeah, man, it's pretty sweet.
So in that realm, like, do you offer out like your services for recording? Like, do you charge people hourly for if they want to come record and shit?
Like if they come here,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, it's like an hourly rate. My rates kind of vary depending on what we're doing, right? Like some people, they want to just come out and do vocals on a beat, so I'm not going to charge you my normal rate for that. Like that's
Right.
very little work for me. So, and then some people come out and they expect you to do everything in an hour too, right? Which you also have to push back a little and tell people, hey, like I work very efficiently. Like that's what my job's about, is making sure I'm realizing your goal, but like getting it done reasonably quick, right? Because editing takes forever, and like no one wants to sit there while you're like click, 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 click. But you have to make it sound perfect, right? Kind of like on the spot
Exactly.
sometimes. So some people come and they don't know, right? They think it's just going to get done in an hour. And I'm like, no, this is going to take like 8 hours to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's today or we book another session, like this is a big project kind of thing. So
For sure. Yeah, because I know you've made some bangers here.
thanks,
You
bro.
made
I appreciate it.
fucking-
Thank you.
You showed us some sample of something earlier. That was fucking fire.
That was good, Sue.
You
Yeah, that was
made
really good.
Motions with PD.
Yeah, that was sick. I
Yeah.
love that song,
Yeah,
dude.
we had him on the pod 2 pods ago now. Yeah, as
How
everyone's
was
seeing
that working with him?
It was sweet, man, because Music Land in Amherstburg, Bethany Del Monte owns it now. And I remember when I think initially met her, like I went in to the store because it said recording on their sign. And I'm like, oh, like, do you need someone to record or sound engineer? And she's like, yeah, like everything just lined up.
Okay.
Because I'm always open to meeting new people, going new places. And I live in Amherstburg. So for me, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, right at home.
So we have like a setup there too, where if anyone wants to record there, I can do recording there as well, or vice versa. Like if she needs help with something, I'll help her out, and it's kind of like that, right? And so Paul, I'm like, why don't we do your song there? Like just because it was one of my first times, probably the first song I did there, right? And it was awesome. Like he came in and we had pretty like bare bones setup there at the time. Like I just brought what I could to do this, and first of all, the beat was sick. Like you press play on the beat and you're like, okay,
man.
you know, within a couple minutes what the vibe's going to be like, right?
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get this beat? You know, is it properly mixed? because sometimes like if you buy a beat, it's not fully done like a producer. Like they like pump out a beat, so the structure's there, but like little details that make the beat better and like polished aren't there. And then the person buys this beat for like $500. I'm like, dude, you should have gotten the stems and then had someone else add to it, right?
It's like overpriced weed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so the beat was sick, and then Paul just started like singing like Kid Leroy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
literally.
like we did like all these takes, and I'm like, I did a comp on the spot, and I'm like, this, I didn't even throw Melodyne on or nothing. I was like, yeah, and I'm like, dude, this sounds like Kid Leroy, and the melodies were good too, and the words.
Yeah, he's just different. Like, he's genuinely so talented.
It's good if it's like simple, like if it's real complicated or there's too much going on and the words are, it's like whatever. But if you can just sit back and it's like the radio, you're like, what the hell?
I find in knowing him that like he knows how to write music very well, like how to structure and like how to properly write like start to finish.
That's
a
cool.
song.
Yeah,
like he does really well in that.
Yeah,
and, like you can see it play out in his work.
Oh, for sure, man.
That's cool, man. He deserves it. Like it's crazy. It's natural, right? That's talent.
No, absolutely.
Did you work on any of like his unreleased stuff like recently?
We started we did like a little demo thing.
Okay.
I don't know if he wanted to follow through that yet. Like we'll see kind of I would love to work with him again, right? But I don't, I let the artists figure out their thing, right? I'm never gonna be like, when are we doing this, man? Like that's not my job. Like, but that was awesome, dude.
Yeah. That song is a banger. I think it should go number one.
It's
fucking
dude,
insane, bro.
Literally, it's so funny. Like sometimes I leave like after doing a recording, and on the way home, I'll throw in my email. And on Google Drive, I'm just driving home, like listening to it. In the car too, because like I'm all about mixing and how it sounds in the car and all that, right?
How it sounds compared to the phone and then compared to the speaker.
It's like what the fuck. My Google Drive, I listen to my Google Drive more than the radio some days. I swear to God, because all the projects on there. It's literally weird.
Imagine.
It's weird, bro. Like my Google Drive is maxed. I have to go and delete stuff before I put new stuff on.
You probably see so many talented people though come through here. Like what's like the local Windsor music scene like?
It's so good, man. Like I'm so lucky. Like literally almost every single person I worked with is talented, super talented, and like really great vibe too. Because if you come in and you're open-minded, we're gonna get this song. The song is gonna end up being amazing, right?
Yeah.
And like the workflow's good. Some people, they're way up in their head, right? You're recording, and you have to tell them, hey, I'm here to make this really easy for you. You just sing, and I set you up with the mic, and like we just get you through it. And then some people, and then some people, they think they gotta help out with like the whole, okay, let's do this and that now, like on the computer stuff. And I'm like that's a little more out of what you need to do right now, like. And I don't blame them, like if they don't have experience with, like it's all good, but the flow I have with certain artists is a lot different than others, and we get stuff done faster and all that kind of stuff,
which is sick. Fucking
but like
get to work.
The scene, dude, the music scene here is insane. Like everyone's good. Like I go to Fog Lounge and everyone's got great pitch, like unique style.
That place, dude. Okay,
I love Fog
We're
Lounge.
gonna drift into that conversation while we're on. That place, I went for one of the first times. I've always skateboarded past it as a kid, going from skate park all the way downtown, whatever. Yeah. But that place has been a staple for fucking ever. They've always thrown like fucking underground concerts and shit. I went for the first time last Monday for open mic. Yeah. Shit blows me away.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Did I see you there?
I think so. I didn't say hi or whatever. I was.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dude.
That shit.
That was your first time there?
That was one of my first times actually in there. The shit was packed.
That's
such a good time.
That was a good day to be your first time, man. Because that place, like when you go to open mics, that's the time, man. Like everyone's there. It's all good vibes too. Like everyone there is super down to earth. They just want to. They're just there to listen to good music and support each other. That's literally it, bro. And it's like
super sick. I love
great vibes, positive, and it's like a community, man. I don't go there enough, man. Like I'm right around the corner, bro. Yeah. I don't go there enough. Like. It's kind of.
I might pop in for open mic again this Monday.
Dude, you should do it.
I was talking to Tom, bro.
Trying
to get him to fucking run a nice fog pod. That'd be sick.
Yeah, you should do that. You could do it at Fog, dude.
That would be dope. Yeah.
I think you'd be down for that.
Sick.
Like right on stage, bro.
I'd like to get the story behind it, dude. Like,
we'll talk.
A place of so many mysteries. I know so many people who've performed there.
Yeah.
And like, it's not. I've never been in except for Monday, so that was eye opening and. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Like when you're getting started, it's perfect because it's a good vibe, and people take that place seriously too. Like if you go there, people are seriously listening to you, man. No one's like talking over you. Like it's very like people are there to listen, right? But yeah, Fog is it's a beautiful place, man. I'm glad they're doesn't sound like they're going anywhere for now. Hopefully, so
I hope they stay. I don't know really what they were dealing with, but hey, after experiencing that, I hope they stay. I really do. It fucking so much talent in this city.
It really is, man. And there's a lot of open mics, like spots. Not like Fog though. Fog is a one-off, man. That's the spot I think for open mic, but really opening like and welcoming atmosphere.
I wish I would have went like more times growing up.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm already 25, and I'm like, shit. A lot of the people that are there, you can tell like they've been going there for a while, and like every time I go, it's the best night ever. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, why didn't I come? Yeah, like why didn't I come here more?
Fuck yeah, super sick. Who else have you worked with in the city, like artist-wise? Like, has anybody like made a name for themselves, kind of?
Yeah, well, the girl Maristella that I'm working with, she's probably like my most current artist. She's very driven. She's definitely, her music is insane. Like she's gonna go somewhere with that.
That's super sick.
So
Is that the one we listened to earlier?
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
talented.
man.
Very talented.
Yeah, we've done
that is incredible.
and that like
is
she's
insane.
Yeah, and she's like an example of one of the artists. She's so open-minded. Like she comes in, she has a vision, and I'm like, okay, I can see the same vision, and I'm like, let's work together. And she, you know, if it takes me 10 minutes to get this thing right, she's cool with it. That kind of stuff. And it's like,
Perfect.
the end result is like always correct. We always like, we're shocked. We'll literally be in here like, how is this for real right now? Like,
did we really just do this?
yeah, it's so cool. That's why this is my favorite job, man. Like,
You probably meet so many incredible people.
I do, man. They're all so great, man, and serious about it. Like so serious. Like they show up, they're so professional. Like they have it all written down. Like some of them know each bar count. Some of them are, and even if they're not, like they don't know the structural stuff, they're just willing to put in the perfect like performance, and it's like insane, dude.
Have you ever thought about like working or trying to work with like concerts, like behind the scenes, like doing like sound engineering and shit with them?
Pretty much anything sound engineering related, I'm down. I love it. Anywhere where I can just be connected and like, because live sound, I do that right now. I got a business partner, and we've got this pretty decent setup for live sound, and I can pretty much go out and just get contracts and stuff, right? But like that scale of it is a lot different than going to like a massive arena or something, right? Where
Right. Yeah.
Coachella or something like that. Speaking of which, the guy who was talking to you, Matt Andrews, he literally mixed at Coachella this like past year.
Wow. What?
Yeah, so
That's
he's
crazy.
well connected, man, and he knows what he's doing, especially like
That's
in
super
the
sick.
live sound world. Like he's using Digico, big crazy boards. You know, you learn about this stuff in school, but you don't use every single thing out there, right? Like they give you what they can, right, and you still learn how to do it. But he definitely he took a massive leap there, and he's doing great. Like he's always out on tour, man.
Yeah.
And, like,
No, it sounds like
that's
crazy
sick.
experiences, right? Like.
Yeah, big time.
That's super fucking
That's
sick.
stressful that I can imagine, because there's like how many, like thousands and thousands of people, right? Like on a big show around here, maybe a couple thousand people, and there's still nerves involved with that. But like a show with like 10,000 or 20,000 people, or like Coachella, like it's like a massive reputation for everything. It's like, man, you can't mess up. Like,
I wish there were more like live events around here, because we have that stage at the waterfront. but,
Yeah,
like
it's
we
pretty
don't
sick.
really use it. There's only been a couple performers, but like if we could have a local event where artists from around the city could come and put on,
dude,
that would be sick.
I literally thought it like that'd be such a great idea. Like even at the you can rent the Capitol Theater here, dude. Like,
Really?
you can rent that room, the big room.
Damn.
You can rent the big room, and there's a smaller room. You could do like a little Win City concert
Hold
or
on.
something.
That'd be sick, bro. That'd be super sick.
Yeah,
What?
there's a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
who do we get in the talks? We need a sponsor for that, though. That's
Yeah, it's surprising. I don't know. It's probably surprisingly affordable to rent it. Not like crazy affordable, but it's not as expensive, I don't think, as you think. You know, but
I think it'd be sick. You got to spend money to make money, and even in that situation, if you lose money, I think it's just a good vibe in general.
Yeah.
Have a good night,
It's a good
bro.
time.
I want to rent something for my birthday. I don't know what I want to do for my birthday yet this year, but I want to rent a venue if I decide to not go anywhere.
bro, you can rent.
So fucking.
There's an Airbnb in Amherstburg, and it's a boat.
What?
A massive boat with like a crew on it.
Oh, dude.
A
Bet. It's
Bro,
got
it has a crew on it. It's like an old.
boat.
I'm pretty sure, because I got drive on Front Road, and my buddy's like, "Did you see? You know that's an Airbnb, right?" And it looks like a Coast Guard, like massive boat.
Damn. Okay.
And I'm like, "What?" And he
That's
said
a
there was a
look into
crew
that.
on there. I don't know how legit all that is, but
yeah.
bro, I can rent this massive boat
Mm-hmm.
and party on it. Like,
I'd have to look into
very
that.
I can imagine though how expensive that probably is. Like,
Yeah, that'd be.
But you want
especially
that or
with
the party
crew.
bus? Which one?
No, literally.
Bro, what about if we do a pod on a party bus? Can you smoke on a party bus?
I'm pretty sure like they'll tell you don't, but like I'm pretty sure you might be able to.
Ideas are coming.
Just
right
don't let
now,
them see
bro.
this podcast before you book the party
Yeah,
bus.
yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I heard there's There's a spot called, have you heard of the Rabbit Hole?
Okay.
I don't know. They're local. I don't know. Rumor has it you can like smoke in there, but it's like a venue you can rent out too.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know much about it, but I'd like to. So I might look into it.
It's crazy how like the laws changed so much like versus like before. Like it still seems kind of surreal. You can just be on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of
even
people
like we
are.
did.
Yeah, a lot of people are like respectful about it. You're not like you're moving away from someone. You know, it depends on. But
Yeah.
it's like weird how that's. Yeah, it's still kind of surreal, man.
So much in realistically a short amount of time.
It's like weird how much I don't think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
The nonchalantness of like just being able to smoke.
like there's like 5 weed stores in my town, right?
Bro, there's
Where you're
one like literally, if we walk out this door and look to our left, there is one 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
And then there's one another 2 blocks away.
Profitable, man.
And another 2 blocks away. But like, I think we got to talking about this on a different pod, but we'll step back into it for a second. The laws around it, dude, we can walk down the street, we can smoke. No cop, anything bats an eye,
Right.
really. Bro, the girl who got caught with a dab cart going to Russia, bro, think about what we just did outside before. We sat in the car, we ripped some dabs. I'm walking around with
You'd be locked up for a long time.
fucking, we smoked on a corner, moved out of the way for a child and a father.
Respectful.
Yeah, for sure, of
Right?
course.
So, like,
we're respectful.
But anywhere else, man, you'd be cuffed, going to jail. I still think
Yeah,
we
man.
should let out everybody who's already arrested for
Well, there's a
little
lot.
petty
Like
weed
the thing
crimes.
with this, there's a lot of doctors, very intelligent people, very good people, functioning members of society that do this. Right? It's literally it's like alcohol, man. Like it's just you just know what you can do and what your vibe is, right? Like. And there's like a lot of I don't know as much anymore, especially in Canada. I think like depends where you are, but the views on it I think are like a lot more chillax here, right?
For sure.
Like I'm professional, I don't do this at work, right? I don't when I do it on my own time. I relax
sure.
at the end of the night. It's like having a glass of wine, right?
That's how I see it as
Yeah,
well.
it just and as long as you're mature about it, right?
Exactly.
It's a little stinky. like
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
just be
sure.
responsible. Like don't like when we seen that kid, just get out the way. Like you don't want to be
yeah, that's
causing a problem
for
for
sure.
somebody in their family. Like you try to be as respectful as possible.
That's what it's all about. Respect. That's all it is, man. No one bothers you. You don't bother them. As long as what you're doing is relax. Like
Exactly.
that's how it is.
Plus, I think more people are open to like the whole weed thing because, like, if you think about like the whole cigarette vibe and whatever, darts are gross. They stain your teeth. They fucking stain everything. Stain your clothes. Like that's just nobody really wants to smell darts at the end of the day. At least I don't. So I'd much rather be smoking with somebody, have a conversation over a joint, than smoke on some rat poison of whatever's in there.
Yeah, we're so nose blind though. Like
Yeah.
I can't smell weed at all.
No, me neither. I'm like
so like we can't really be like, oh, I'd much rather.
I can smell darts. I can smell darts for sure.
Well, because we don't smoke them, right? Like,
Well, I don't know.
yeah. If
But,
we
like-
if we just hacked 40 darts a day,
Hi, my name is.
right? Like, that and then you wouldn't
guys,
be able
what's
to
up?
smell it. Yeah.
I've been a smoker for 40 years.
Like,
That was
brutal, man.
spot on. The fucking people who got to put the hole in.
Well, who knows
Yeah,
like what
yeah.
vapes are gonna do in 30 years? Like we don't know that. I was just thinking about this today. I'm hitting my breeze and I'm like, this tastes like bubble gum. Like how is this?
Yeah.
How much better is this than a cigarette?
Yeah.
I don't want to smoke cigarettes. Like I don't even like to vape. Right? I do it very occasionally, but I'm like, man, what? Like this tastes like fucking blueberries. Like I'm drinking like a blueberry Gatorade or something. Like,
yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that's this. It's fine. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay because it tastes good.
yeah.
I don't know about that. It's crazy
it's
how
not
hooked
good for
people
you at all.
got really quick.
I
Yeah.
fell victim.
My buddy, one of my buddies had what's called a drip mod. I don't know if you guys heard of that before.
No.
Back when these things came out, people were going nuts. Like they like an 80-watt battery
Oh, the
would last.
box mods.
Bro,
Back
it
that
was like we had
age.
one vape store that opened up in town, and my buddy was huge into it. And I'm like, we were good friends, right? So I'm like around it all the time. So I bought a vape, and like he got all these crazy mods, and he had this thing called the drip mod, where like literally it's got an 80-watt battery, and he would like you have to literally pop the top and drip your hit on there.
That's gnarly.
It's
Damn.
basically like just extra work to be.
Did you pre-cook it?
I don't remember the whole process. Like I just remember the whole vibe was just because to enjoy the process more. I guess like it's more like to be bougie about it, right? Like it's a drip mod.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so this guy's gonna be driving with his knee, drip drip drip,
Just hit it.
like
Off in
both
big clouds.
both hands off the steering wheel, like just drip, 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 drip. Big cloud. That's the thing too. Like this guy'd come over to his house and it was like a rainforest. Like there's a big cumulus nimbus cloud in his bedroom. Like a duck under the cloud to like say hi to him.
Bro, let me get this. Oh.
But it's cool though.
Where
And,
is he?
yeah, and now he still vapes, but not as much, right? And he's got the
Oh shit.
it was wild, man.
That's so funny.
I started on the box mod too. I had like, and like, I remember replacing like the top of it. I got like a fishbowl tank because it could like hold more juice, like because I was cool at the time. And now it's just like, now you're just a nicotine addict.
Think about how much money you spend in disposables, though.
So much money.
Oh yeah, I don't even
up.
like. That's why I'm saying.
Don't even bring that up. So much money.
I'll bring like that's what I'm saying. I'll buy one like once in a while, and like once it's done, like it's crazy. It's weird. Like I'm not addicted. It's and everyone says that, but like literally, like when my vape runs out, I won't buy another one for months. Like I probably won't eat. Who knows if I'll even buy another one? I just randomly buy one. It's kind of that sounds so dumb, but like
I need one on my way home.
Yeah, no, like it's so random. It's usually like when I'm at a bar at the end of the night and I'm like drunk and I'm like, I want to buy a vape. Like when you decide to go and like buy fast food or something.
No, literally, it's always the drunk.
So weird. My relationship with vapes is very weird, but it's on off, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you though, like this is kind of like random, but like the smell. Remember you guys were talking about like smell? Like, do you guys like? What do you do with the mics? Like, because I don't smell anything, and you'd think like doing like. You would think, right? Like,
fair enough. That
smells,
does make sense.
Like it smells like a new car.
It's like that tennis ball.
Yeah,
I'm weird for it. I smell new shoes because they smell like tennis ball.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a trip.
Yeah, it's because of
put like a bounce
tennis
sheet
balls,
under the thing.
I don't know. These things come off, so it's like.
Yeah, it's a windsock, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. These sound nice. They sound really warm.
Bro,
Check
shout out
one.
Bezos. I was bitching about him, but he came through.
This is Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon, bro.
You could do like ASMR with this, man.
That's what I said. I was like, you can't really get the left or the back of the. Oh yeah, we can get it like that. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Hello, really
You got a radio voice. I think it's deep. You're like, yeah. What's up, guys? Hey, welcome to 96 point something. Check. It's so like those guys that purposely lower their voice to sound better. They're like, hey, what's up?
Hi,
Hey.
how are
Yeah,
you?
These things are beautiful.
It's
How
like
you doing?
the forced low voice.
What you up to?
What's up, shawty?
How
Yo,
you?
you got Snap.
Yo, I'm
As
clipping
low as
all
as
this
low
shit.
as possible. You got Snapchat.
What you saying? Huh? What you
What?
saying?
No, you're not. What you saying?
How much have you consumed? Let me see
Not
the.
very much.
Let me check your cup. Yeah, not much. So it does.
I'm
the
telling you, man.
job.
Edibles are 5 times more psychoactive. So
That's
you're.
crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like the
Yeah.
last time I did an edible, I literally cried, bro. I cried. I
That
sat in my
happened to me
room.
the first time I did an edible.
I mean, like, we did smoke dabs in a fucking fatty too, so I'm gonna go ahead and say there's a mixture, but
Yeah.
these things,
But he's got just a concoction of THC in his system.
Yeah.
every day, bro. That's how we're,
Dabs.
Yeah.
Doink.
I
A
don't
fat
know.
doink too.
yeah. I don't remember what. Oh, yeah, gelato. That's what we were smoking.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who's Well, we're on that topic. What's your favorite strain?
Well, that's a good question, man. This is gonna be a bad answer, but like
Bad
my dad works at like a pretty well known dispensary, so he, we get all this variety of stuff here and there, and like I go out and buy pretty much anything. So I don't really have a favorite strain. I kind of go off of like once in a while I'll get a strain. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like I didn't panic and I didn't
Yeah,
fall
right.
asleep. I like it.
Are you an
Yeah.
indica, sativa,
I like
hybrid?
I like both, man. I like a hybrid because like I love the body buzz.
Okay.
But I love to get myself fucked up sometimes. Like if I'm
Right.
partying,
Mhm.
I want a little of that sativa.
How'd that joint make you feel?
Good.
That was
and
an
I-
indica.
Yeah, and like I know when to say like I'm good now too,
Yeah.
right? Because like back it's so weird in high school, everyone's like, smoke more, man, just smoke more. You're like, and then you have a bad vibe. You get too high.
you get
It's like
too
we're not
high.
even.
Get
We're
a
just.
little anxious.
That's-
Because now you're smoking because you don't want to smoke. So like you're
Yeah.
on edge as it is, right? Like,
Well, I just smoke now. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'll smoke a little, take the edge off, relax. That's it. And then that's basically it. And then when I'm partying, it's different. If I'm going out and I'm having a good time, I'm getting high. Like not
Right.
just taking the. You know what I mean? Like.
Because I'm getting high to sleep for the next 4 days.
But like I do get anxiety pretty quick with like weed, so
Okay.
it's weird, man. I get anxious randomly and for like dumb stuff too because I think a lot. I'm an
Right.
overthinker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So weed sometimes it's like speeds up the treadmill.
Mhm.
Other times it slows it down. That's why I need the hybrid because it's like it's a balance, right?
Start off your morning with like a sativa, lunchtime hybrid, nighttime
Yeah.
indica.
Oof.
I have my
Like a
tolerance
breakfast,
is
lunch, and dinner.
my tolerance is crazy. Like it's like a very stiff threshold. Like I can smoke a decent amount and feel great, but as soon as I cross a line, it's a bad time really quick. And especially because once you cross line, usually you're still gonna continue to get higher for a little longer, like a big hit or
Yeah.
like like an edible.
See, I find that that's like liquor. When you get cross-faded with putting liquor in your system and weed, that's a bad time.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I got baby tolerance on
Yeah, crossfaded. Yeah. Depends. Like, it's all on your tolerance, man. For some reason, my liquor tolerance is exceedingly high. I don't know why. So I try to.
Mine's so low.
Really? Eh?
I
Yeah.
toke to get sober. Yeah.
Really?
When
Oh,
I drink,
that's
yeah,
cool.
like I'll like be really drunk. I don't feel good, so I'll like smoke to like balance it out. It's
Dope.
weird.
Yeah,
That's sick.
whatever floats your boat,
Yeah,
right?
what works for me. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Who's in your dream rotation?
Like,
Dead or alive?
oh, dude, I love that question. Let me think about this for a sec.
Yeah.
How many people? Is there a limit or just a couple? Like, how many people might?
Like 3 to 5, like either.
That's solid.
All right, Jim Morrison is one of them.
Okay.
Because he's super cool, man. Like he's just a cool guy, man. Like I don't really like. I love the Doors, man, but he was super into the psychedelics and
Right.
very, very artistic,
Yeah.
philosophical. That'd be cool, man. Freddie Mercury. I'm picking.
Okay.
I'm probably picking all dead people because
Okay.
legends.
Right.
Because he was probably, honestly, man, he's probably one of the most talented artists I've ever seen in my life. Like his vocals were like almost unmatched, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally, if you look at some Freddie Mercury stuff, like,
He's really talented.
you know,
Really
and he
talented.
seems like a good, like, awesome person too, right? That'd be sick.
And like shaped a lot of music.
Dude, Queen was unreal.
Mhm.
Like, there's video. I don't know if you guys have seen them at like Wembley Stadium and like
Yeah.
sold
yeah,
out.
dude,
Like, it
those
literally
are
one of the
unreal.
biggest crowds I've ever seen. And he's like messing with the crowd with his voice, and he's getting the crowd to do like,
Damn.
yeah, man.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out for sure.
I don't know, man. Who else would I be? I'd be going like really out there, like a Greek philosopher. Or something. Like, say like I could make them speak modern English. I would be like, asking some of the smartest guys like Aristotle, like what did you wake like when you woke up this morning? What was
Now we're
going
gonna
on?
get to
Hey, yo,
thinking, bro.
Einstein, gravity.
Oh.
Or no, that wasn't even Einstein, was it?
Yeah.
Who did the gravity? No, that was the Newton guy,
Newton's-
wasn't it?
Yeah, no. Newton's third law of motion was like for every action. There's a
Yeah, the gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
think
know,
so.
man.
Isaac
I've heard
Newton's the
it.
gravity guy.
Yeah. Einstein invented the theory of relativity, which explains gravity, pretty good. But
Okay.
on a larger scale, it's I'm all into that, dude. Quantum physics. Like I could literally, I could talk to you about like the relativity and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm not like super knowledgeable on it, but it's so interesting. Like I know these random facts and like shit like
I
that.
find like just time and space the craziest thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so like there's so much to it, yet it's the most unknown thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's
I love it.
unreal.
Anything
Like,
space.
Time to takes so much time
Yeah.
to cross fucking to anywhere, bro. How long do you think
Yeah.
it actually takes to get to the moon? Do you think the moon landing was fake?
I don't think it's fake, no. Because there's too much involved. There would be more work to cover it up and make a fake thing than there would be to just do it. And like when you look at, because I know a lot about space and stuff, when you look at the technology they used, it all makes sense, right? They'd have to make the most elaborate lie ever to not only fake it, but then have all this technology that you can literally read about that got them to the moon. It's like you can literally explain it scientifically how it happened, but you just didn't do it. Like what? And back in the 60s, when you look at what they were doing, we were able to do that shit. Like the thinness of their like the craft that got them there, I think is the command module was like literally like paper
Really?
thin. There were parts that were literally like paper
So-
thin in that thing.
I think one thought process I have is like about it in like today's date is like it's surprising to me that in a world that constantly just like goes to war over land, that like I'm surprised that countries aren't up there fighting over land trying to like and I understand that there's no
yeah, we're gonna start
no-
space wars soon when we can't even
Right?
figure out our own.
I'll
shit
give you a
down here.
curveball on that. Why is it that we even have war? Like we're so smart, we can put a man on the moon, but we still think of war as like, oh, this is a smart solution to a fucking problem. Like think about that. Like just from like a societal standpoint, we
no,
reach
for
this
sure.
level of technology.
Man, you just got me thinking. Have you ever seen? Do you watch UFC at all?
Yeah.
See Dana White, you know Dana White.
Yeah.
He's got this art piece. Do you have your phone on you? Do you have data? Can we bring this up real quick? I'll overlay it in the
sir.
fucking.
It's
in
like the
pod
Joe Rogan
too.
podcast. Like, bring this up, Jamie.
No, dead ass. So it's Dana White. Search up Dana White's art sculpture UFC headquarters. He's got this sculpture. It's in the shape of a gun, and each part of the ammunition is a different reason why there's a war. So there's like
Money.
poppy seeds. There's money. There's cocaine.
Yeah.
There's
Corruption,
it's,
whatever.
it's the craziest thing. There should be a video. It's within the first like 10 seconds, I think.
So this piece over here,
This is incredible.
this represents war. War is obviously about killing with the knife and the gun. War is all about money. And in the clip are all the things we kill for. The top one is oil. Second one is cocaine. Third one is gold. That's blood down there. Diamonds, religious symbols. and the seeds they make heroin with.
Crazy.
Those are all the things we kill for.
This shit is so crazy. But yeah, I think fucking there's so many reasons behind war, and it's just I don't think anybody
reasons you'll never know too. When you look at like, I don't even know what I should talk about on here because people are gonna start thinking I'm too woke. But like people that control the world, some of them that have the most money can finance two sides of a fucking war because they have so much money that they can pay that other countries depend on them or their organizations, so they can literally create a war and fight the war on both sides with money. So whether or not that's happening, I don't know, but
That's crazy.
It makes sense to me logically that it's money does everything. Money rules the world, right?
Yeah.
Like war and thing is just crazy to me.
It's crazy to me that like a lot of war, especially like history of war, has been religious as well.
Yeah,
right.
that's pretty.
Like,
That's an interesting thought. Yeah.
everything in life throughout the history of time is just like a difference of opinions and constant death.
Yeah,
That's very true.
I think that's a byproduct of like human beings, like nature, like society, right? Like that's just it's like you have this, you're gonna have that. Like society, there's division, right? We don't all live in one big city and one big community. We're divided. So
Would you say it's divided or collective? Because like we collectively get into these groups and then go at each other.
I think we're divided from a physical standpoint, but I think we could achieve collectiveness in terms of like if as a species we all became smarter, we evolved to understand that we're literally we're all the same people. If we all look out for each other, we're all going to benefit each other.
Exactly.
Right? If everyone really felt that way and thought like that, even the people at the top, we would then be a collective where it's like one person falls, we all help them up. Whether it's a country, a situation, a problem in the world, whatever. Like an alien, think of like an alien race. Do you think these people or these beings that would come here, do you think they're going to have probably wars? Like, I don't think so, man. If they're a billion years ahead of us,
No,
the whole
we're not
planet's
worth
going to
your
be a
time.
community probably.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're not even close to there yet. So we're divided, but there's ways I think to be more collective, right?
I
For
think
sure.
they're just waiting for us to figure it all out, fight it out, figure what the fuck's going on, and then they're gonna come.
Yeah, if they're
Come
who
what?
knows if we're being watched?
just
There's
come
no way.
Rescue us, kill us.
Nah, not even rescue us or kill us, but just like, bro, do you think they're among us already? I think so.
There's a lot of real solid actual evidence of them possibly like visiting, but being here. Like I don't know, man. You could read some pretty convincing stuff. That's not BS. Like there's a lot of BS, but there's also stuff where you can't disprove it either, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to.
It's a trip, man.
There's no way there's not, man. There's 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. 2 trillion, bro. 2 trillion. Each galaxy has 100 billion stars on average. 100 billion stars.
That's so
Most stars have planets. Whether or not they're habitable, whatever. But there's an infinite number. Literally, like the biggest thing you can imagine.
That's so
Of planets. Dude, there's so many planets out there that there's a chance even that there's another planet almost exactly like Earth with people on it exactly like us, like a person.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's
we're the
how
only
big the
living
universe
species.
is, man. That's crazy.
that's-
That physics would just say that there's a chance that there's a duplicate planet out there. Like that's how big it is. Like
So then, like statistically, it's almost like impossible to say that there's no other forms of life because, like, you think that if you do it different so many times, it's bound to like repeat itself.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Fermi paradox? You know what that is?
No, sir.
That's like a math equation that says like the universe is so big. This person calculated there should be this many possible habitable planets in the universe, and then on so many of those, there's this much chance that this planet will have life, right? So the Fermi paradox says this number is pretty big. There's a lot of chances that there's tons of planets out there that not only are habitable but have actual life on them. Tons, even in our own galaxy. That's what the paradox is that we still haven't seen hard proof of that yet. But like my opinion on that is like life could be very small or very big. Like there's billions of years of life just being like a small plant on this planet before organisms, whatever. So I think likely if there's life close to us, it's probably not going to be like an advanced civilization, right? But it can happen quick. Like humans were like even 10,000 years ago were like painting in caves and shit. Like,
But we go through like extinction periods too, right? Where everything changes. Like we had like just literally the whole globe just like froze over. So like
Ice Age.
Let's say another like galaxy, another like civilization of beings or whatever looks and sees, oh, that planet's just ice. Never mind. And then they just leave
There's
for
so many
3 million years, and now it's Earth.
There's
right?
so many probabilities of within the universe of that shit. Like there is Like, we don't even know where we came from, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How many times do you think our humanity has had to restart itself over, whether that be just like random entities on our own planet, but just our own
Oh,
planet
I
in
see.
general?
I don't know, man. That's a good question because the Earth has been around for 4 billion years, roughly, around there. So, and the dinosaurs died 65 million years ago. So, a billion years compared to like 65 million years. That's a big chunk. So,
literally.
before the dinosaurs, there could have been probably a bunch, right? Like, there could be, it only takes a certain amount of time for a civilization to kind of emerge, I guess, once they become intelligent.
There'd be so many people. Like,
It's like short, like this. Like I think 4 billion years the planet's been around, and like maybe only 3 billion it was habitable because at first it was like molten, right? It wasn't fully like habitable at first.
Yeah.
So 3 billion years, but like humans, I think the modern human genome was evolved at like 100,000 years ago. 100,000 years compared to 3 billion years. So how many? You tell me, right? How
Yeah,
many do you
that's
think
fucked.
could have come and gone?
yeah, in that time.
And even become intelligent. There could have been a more intelligent version of ourselves a long time before the dinosaurs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So
It's
you
just
mean
weird to
hypothetical,
people that
right?
built the pyramids?
Dude, don't even get me started on the pyramids.
Let's
man.
talk
We're getting
about
right
it.
into it, dude.
Let's
I
talk
love
about it. Let's talk
you
about
guys-
all of it.
Dude,
We'll run this shit.
do you guys want to hear some crazy facts
I'm
about
down.
that shit?
Yeah,
I know
down.
so much about that ancient history.
Dude, I love history
Oh
facts.
fuck yeah, dude! Space. So space is like half of my like nerdy passion, and history is the other. Like ancient
Okay.
ancient history, like mysterious, unknown shit. Where there's, yeah,
Oh man.
bro, we're about to get into it.
Oh, man.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you got the pyramids, right? The Great
Yeah.
Pyramid and all that.
Let me-
That was the
ooh.
tallest man-made building until the 1100s, and it was built in 2500 BC. So 2,500 years before time of Christ, right? 0. 2,500 years before then, the pyramid was built. So we actually live closer to the time of Jesus than Jesus did to the guy that built the group that built the pyramids. That's a
actually-
fact. That's a crazy fact.
Yeah.
We're closer to Cleopatra's time than she was to the original pyramid builders.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that
wow.
fucked up?
Wow.
How do you think the pyramids, like, there's so much precision involved. There's so much
Yeah.
math.
Honestly, I think humans did it, man. Some people argue like, was it aliens? Like, I don't think that was it, man, because we had nothing but time back in the day, and we're so distracted now, and we are dependent on other people's professions to get through our lives. Like, I wake up, I use my phone. That was designed by 500 other people. Like,
That's true.
back in the day, you only had one job, or there wasn't as many jobs. So
Yeah.
the architects, there was a whole bunch of architects probably building this thing. There was a whole bunch of, they had math, man. They had their own language. They had math. They had whatever. Like, they were advanced. So, because our brains were like sponges. So once we figured out like language and like this stuff, they were pretty early on. Like these guys, this is 4,000 years ago, they built this thing, man. So back then, they had all this time to just perfect their stuff, right? But yeah, I think it was all just hard work and labor. Because
Yeah.
they had all these people, man. Two people underestimate. They had humans are strong, bro. Like 10, 20 guys. If
Oh,
you're
yeah.
pulling a freaking brick, I don't care if you're on sand or not. That thing's gonna move. So
I've seen
people,
a bunch of Amish people moving a barn.
yeah,
It shows the power of people,
dude.
man. Like,
And they were smart, man. They like work smarter, not harder. That term's probably been around a long time, bro. So that's what they did. They worked smarter. They would
and
figure
not
out
just
shit.
that. Like, I'm pretty sure from like some of the things that I've read and seen and stuff like that, it was built over like such a long period of time where it was capable to be done by humans.
Actually, bro, they said it was built. They think it was built in 20 years.
20 years.
That's
I
a
heard,
long
like,
time.
That's how long
I heard,
Dubai
like,
was built in.
200.
It depends on like who you ask.
For
but,
sure, as always, yeah.
But I guess it's like radiocarbon dating and shit.
Okay,
I heard 20
okay.
for the Great Pyramid, and it depends on the pyramid too, because the biggest one wasn't the first one. They had a few before then, and there was different tech changes and techniques.
Okay.
But dude, if that's true, like if 20 years is true, then they would have had to be laying up one stone every like 3 seconds, kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
so fast. So
I
many
heard
people.
I heard they keep discovering new like passages and tunnels and shit inside like the pyramids.
Yeah,
Like,
they-
how deep do they go?
well, they can scan like you use this penetrating stuff that goes right through the brick, and it can like detect voids, right? Like basically this beam that shoots through the building, and the beam gets tracked on a computer so you can find voids. So they think there's one above what's called the Great Chamber. I think it's called the big section of the pyramid where it goes up. Above that, there's this massive void, right? And guys who built this pyramid, like I don't think they're gonna waste their time like cutting corners. So there's probably something there.
Right.
But the Egyptian government is pretty, from what I've read, notorious for not letting like people discover things on their own. Like they need to give you a lot of approval before you start doing stuff. And I understand that that's a very, very important landmark, right?
Yeah.
So for them, I don't think they're gonna just be like, yeah, everyone can just come in and drill here and like look or go up there,
try and
could
find
potentially
stuff,
screw up
yeah.
the structural integrity or whatever. But
Let me and him go with a freaking hammer.
just go with your podcast mics and start hitting the
Yo, I would love to fucking travel, bro. Imagine going to
Egypt,
Egypt,
dude. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love. If I were to go
top of the pot, or
Bro.
top of the like pyramids.
where's your top
Dude.
3 spots if you were to pick in the world, like to
Ooh.
travel?
To travel or just like podcast in general?
Any like to travel, whether it's podcast related or not. Like think like Egypt was
Okay.
a dope. That was dope. That's on my top 3, easy.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, so like this one's like for us, I guess it's kind of basic because we're Canadian, but like I really want to see the Northern Lights. Like I've never seen
Oh,
them
that's a
before,
good
but,
one.
like,
That's a-
I'd
yes.
really, really like to see the Northern Lights.
Damn, that's so good. I didn't even think of that. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Them
wanna-
in the background of a pod. Oh, bro,
Yeah.
don't get me started.
Yeah. As an Italian man who's never been to Italy, I'd like to go to Italy. That would be cool. Just because like my heritage is there and stuff like that. And then a third, that's a hard
Italy's
one.
great too, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
You're picking ones I'm gonna be picking probably. Yeah.
And the food would just be immaculate. Like you can't go wrong. That's the one thing. Like some countries are so nice visually, but the food there is just it's not what we're used to. So it's not.
Oh my god, I have a story for you after that. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me find
Yeah.
a third. The land down under. We'll go to
Australia?
Australia. Yeah.
That's a good
See
one,
some
man.
kangaroos, some koalas and stuff. I agree. I'm terrified of
24
spiders.
24 hour plane ride too. To get
Yeah,
there.
they got some wild crocodiles down there.
Not even
too.
that, the insects.
Yeah, yeah.
The fucking you wake up to make your coffee or take a shower and
big
there's a
ass.
fucking
I
Shelob from
also
Lord of the Rings
think-
in your fucking bathroom. Like
I also think it'd be so cool to like, I don't know, it just because like everything's different there. It's so isolated. Like Australia's Australia, and there's nothing
It's
else
cool-
like it in the world.
it's
Like
cool
I'd
you
really
can
like to
speak-
experience that.
yeah, it's cool you can speak English too, right?
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
it was fucking English colonialism, bro. Fuck, that's fucked up, man.
Dude, did you know that they had a war with like a 2-year long war with ostriches,
Oh yeah, I heard this.
and
yeah.
they lost. They lost the war.
Yeah, I heard this before.
No, it's the Great Emu War. It's the Great.
Yeah,
Emu
when they like
War.
were populating
You're
the
lying.
and like there was
You're
always
lying.
yeah,
Swear
no,
to
it's a
God.
thing, bro.
Swear to
100%.
God. So like there was a overly large like population of emus, and the government there said like, all right, like we're dictating like war against the emus. Like all the farmers had to go out, like shoot the emus because they were eating all their crops. Bro, there was so many of them, and they were
Holy
so fast that like they had to just call it off, bro. Like they lost the war.
The emos were getting angry. They started fighting back. And
Literally.
not only were they eating crops, they started breaking into your house, taking all your valuables,
Yeah.
mugging you.
How many people fucking died, bro?
I don't think
No one died.
it was a massacre. It was a fucking massacre.
They just weren't winning the land war.
Emus just wiping out towns.
Yeah, and like they're just slaughtering.
You're
a
right.
bunch of emus.
At that point, bro, get the people on the backs of them.
Fighting each other. They're just emus are fighting each other now. They're training some.
Bro, that shit's
Yeah.
so fucking
The
funny.
Great Emu War. I'm sure they got some. I'm sure they got some like memorial I can go to for that too. Make a hell of a time out of my visit.
That's one of your podcasts should be there, just with a bunch of emus. Right?
Where is it at?
In Australia somewhere. I think it's like I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
That's
but
such
it's
a
in Australia
trip. No
somewhere.
way. That's a fucking thing.
Bro, you were mentioning like Italy, right? And like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
food.
yeah.
So when I was in grade 12, I got to go to Spain. which is
Nice.
My grade
That's
12
dope.
trip. My parents hooked me up for that, man. That was one of the coolest things my parents did for me, man. Like
That's
I don't know. I
beautiful.
don't remember. I think I saved up a little to try to help out, but like it was
Okay,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
grade 12 trip. Like shit was expensive, man.
Mhm.
And man, that was literally one of the coolest experiences. Probably the coolest 10 days of my life so far. Like I don't know if I've had a. Jamaica was cool. I went to Jamaica this year.
Nice.
My parents' anniversary. So that's probably
dope.
neck and neck. But
Mhm.
Europe, man, I have a fascination with Europe. Like I want.
Okay.
Is that in your top 3 like places
Dude.
in Europe?
Yeah,
Well, you're
top-
saying
top-
you're a
top
history
three.
guy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
top 3 places right now, real quick, would be Italy, because like Rome and shit.
Yeah.
I'm huge in all that.
Colosseum.
And the yeah, it's warm.
Ooh,
the
good
food's
one.
good. Nice wine, bro. If I could live there and retire and learn how to speak Italian and all that, I would do that shit. But yeah, so
Beautiful.
Italy and then Egypt, because like since I was young, dude, like straight up, I could talk to you about the pyramid for like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
bro. Like, so Egypt would be second. And then third would be, I don't know, because there's only 3 choices. So now I'm thinking, like, where would be, like, I want to go to a bunch of spots, man.
yeah.
I think probably, like, England, like the UK.
England. Okay.
Because, again, all the history and, like, you can speak the native language there, which is cool. But I'm like Scottish too. Like I got family like in Scotland, so going to see like all the castles and shit, dude. Like I wouldn't want to leave. If I went there, I would not want to leave, bro.
Dude, I think the history of like Rome and all that stuff is crazy. Like, think about the fact that like people were just in there fighting lions and shit.
Yeah,
dude.
and the
Like,
Colosseum.
death too.
for entertainment. Like, yo, you want to, instead of like, yo, do you want to go to the movies? It would be like, yo, do you want to watch this boy go get slaughtered by a lion?
Yeah.
Like,
like
dude, that's
fucking-
crazy.
What do they do now? The bullfighting still? They still do
Yeah, bro.
bullfighting?
And when I was in Spain, that was one of the things we got to see, man. It was fucking bull. We didn't actually see a bull fight, but we went to the place. And
What's the thing where they're running through the streets? The
Ooh.
like they
I
gate
love
it
yeah,
off
that
and they
is.
let the bulls go.
Yeah,
These
they let the
motherfuckers
bulls
are
just
wild.
trample through.
They have like these like whips they use too, right? I remember when I was on my fucking trip, they gave me they picked the ginger, of course, in the crowd. They gave me this bull whip, and I'm their bull whip, right? I'm like, oh, this is sick. Like, I wanted to like crack the whip, right? And she's like, you know what that's made of, right? I'm like, no. And there was like bull dick or something, like the skin. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, you pick me, thanks.
Well, bro, you can just fucking stop and go. And
That was
stop
how
and
it was
go
on
and
the
stop
fucking
and go.
film set, man.
Yeah,
That was it.
that's fucking
Stop,
dope.
go, stop, go. They're like, action.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forget what I said. I'm so high. Shit, we ran this one once, but I appreciate you for coming out, bro. It's been a solid time. I never actually would have thought that this would have been something.
Dude, this was
a lot of
I had a
people-
great time, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was awesome talking to you guys.
So typically at the end of each podcast, we give the guest a minute, 2 minutes to kind of run their own little plug, whatever they want to do, whether that be your Instagram, your TikTok, your email, fucking your business,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I'll let you do you.
Yeah, definitely drop me a follow if you want at Jacob McIntyre, and I have my studio in the bio. So if you just want to see kind of what I do here, definitely drop a follow. Come record anytime if you're an artist and you want to come record here. I work downtown here, so it's really nice. You can just walk here if you want. If you live
Fuck
downtown,
yeah, man.
And we can be here pretty late too, so it's a vibe here.
Right. Fucking right.
Yeah, thanks again though. I appreciate you allowing me to come out.
Of course, bro. I appreciate you allowing us to fucking come in here. I'll tag all your shit in the bio, and I'll run you a little pop up on the screen too, so people
Nice.
can fucking
Sounds good.
find your deal. But
Perfect.
with that being said, we are the Second Spliff. That's our time. I appreciate y'all for watching. This podcast has remained a steady blown away thought every single time I look at the numbers. Bro,
We
I
got
can't
deep
talk. I'm
today, man.
fucking- We did. That's yeah. Thank you all.
See you guys.
Peace.
Thanks again.
I've been so